Today I came looking like a bad boy. Like a bad boy. Bad boy boots, bad boy attitude.
I mean, you always look like a bad boy who dresses in shorts every time.
The people who
In
absolutely
booty shorts. Booty shorts.
stop calling my shorts booty shorts, man.
What are they?
They you do realize that we are recording, right? Ati? Hey, today I came looking like a bad boy. Like a bad boy. Bad boy boots, bad boy attitude.
I mean, you always look like a bad boy who dresses in shorts every time.
The people who
In
absolutely
booty shorts. Booty shorts.
stop calling my shorts booty shorts, man.
What are they?
They are casual shorts.
Sure.
Yo, let me tell you, for me, Sunday is shorts day. Constant.
Africans don't wear that short.
Ati? No, it's actually pretty. I can't wear shorts that go past my knee. I can't.
I'm not telling you not to wear
I
shorts.
will look. No, I'm just trying to say when I wear shorts past my knees, I feel like a girl in high school.
Do your thing.
skirts below your knees. I mean above your knees.
Do your thing. Do your
Ati?
thing. Do your thing.
You ain't even mad.
No. I mean, that's haram, but who am I to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this week's episode of That's Haraam podcast with me, Kevin Gekere.
And your lovely co-host, Rahma Ramadan.
I saw somewhere that you are supposed to slap your shoe when you start the podcast. You know, like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Who's telling you this?
Ati?
Who's telling you this?
You know how I am a student of life? YouTube.
Probably need to stop watching YouTube.
Ati?
You probably need to stop watching a lot of
So
YouTube.
how else am I going? So how else am I going to get education? Because I know damn well sure I am not going back to school.
Read some books,
Ati?
Kevin. Read some books.
I have come to accept something
You're not a
about
reader.
myself. I am not a reader. I don't like reading. It's just a fact. I just don't.
So, if you don't like reading, what do you do when you're scrolling on social media? Just look, you don't read anything.
Let me tell you something. The moment you send me a text and I see more,
Right.
the moment
That's
I
it. That's
see
it.
more, I'm like, I'll save it for another time.
You know
Or
what?
if I get an article, see more, nah.
Okay, the only time I see more is the forwards that I get from my mom.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I see more.
You have never gotten a long message from a guy proposing his love for you.
I mean, even if it comes, I think they probably send it in chats, so there's no see more.
Or maybe I think just because you really haven't got to experience, you haven't experienced so much, Rakma. I'm so sorry.
It's
Being
not.
in a
Why are you saying
relationship-
it like it's a bad thing?
Being in a relationship namu mekosana, then she or he sends a very long message about why he's upset and blah blah blah. There is definitely see more there.
Saves me a lot of
Then
drama.
you seem like the person who would respond with okay.
Yeah. Why are you explaining yourself?
Because you are my girlfriend and we are having an argument.
Why are
So-
we even there in the first place?
Ati?
Why are we there in the first place?
Why are you having an argument in the first place?
Yeah.
Marriage is going to work out great for you.
I know, right?
Fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. There's a point that I had, and it was yes. There's on the topic of reading. Yeah, there's something that I've adopted now that I think I really like doing nowadays. Instead of listening to music on my way to work, because you know me, I have a 36 kilometer drive to work every day.
Only you.
Only me, which is fantastic. I transverse counties. I mean,
voluntarily. But go ahead.
Exactly. I stopped listening to music on my way to work. I listen to a podcast. And for me, I think you guys know I'm all into business and everything. So I'd want to listen to a business podcast, right? So we're like how to make money, stuff like that. So I was listening to this podcast, yeah. And there's this really successful men's fashion icon kind of, right? He's really successful, and he's like a serial entrepreneur and a venture capitalist, right? And he says it live. I'm not a reader. I felt so bad growing up that I didn't like reading, but now that I'm 40 something years old, I've just accepted I just don't like reading,
Right.
and that's okay. We take in content in very many different forms. For me, I'd rather listen. That's why I'm so into podcasts. I'd rather listen, but tell me to read a book. Man, the last book that I read was a fantastic book. It was called E-Myth Revisited. It was for how to control your company and how to set it up in such a way that you can move away from the company for a whole year and the company will still
It will
grow
run. Right.
and still make money. Yeah, so I have just said that I'm simply not a reader. So send me a long text. You are getting a K, my friend. You
Right.
are getting a K.
You know what this reminds me of? The way people always say of how the Kenyan education system is set up. It doesn't recognize that not everyone is
Yeah.
structured to learn at a particular way.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You can't all just take in, cram, and regurgitate after the exam.
Cool.
There's some people who will function well like that,
Yeah.
but there's some people who need to understand
Yeah.
first and then apply it to every other thing. They'll prosper that way.
Yeah.
But really, that doesn't take into account.
I think I should do the video of this guy saying, like, the education system is meant for slaves. It's not really for entrepreneurs, and people who want to change the world, because you are being taught to cram. Please tell me how me knowing how many times a Muslim is supposed to pray, how that will help me in life.
Also, it doesn't teach you anything like
It really-
creativity.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
teach you growth. And that's
Exactly.
really what entrepreneurship is all about.
Exactly.
You can't go out and set up a business if your mind is not wild and doesn't dream of everything and
Exactly.
anything apart from what you have been told.
Exactly.
And this is what it is.
Why should I know? Why how many wives Shaka Zulu had? And you test me on that.
I mean,
The fuck are you testing me on that for?
If history is important, sure. But then how about let's put in some units and some other subjects that people can explore their talents. People can show the creativity in it.
Exactly. People need to be taught how to file tax on iTax.
Oh yeah, that's important.
People need to be taught corporate tax, all the taxes that a company has to pay at the end of the year.
People need to be taught investments.
Exactly.
That's really
people need to be taught
important.
how to make money.
Right. That's very
Right?
important.
Because I was actually speaking to someone on this, yeah. When we were in uni, Bitcoin was kind of like a thing, kind of, right? But everything that we learned in finance told us not to invest in Bitcoin. Everything we had ever learned in finance told
Right.
us not to invest in Bitcoin. Now, and during those times, the Bitcoin was like, I think at $120 or something like that for one Bitcoin. Right now it's 30 something $1,000. I was watching this story. I don't know if I told you, there's someone who had, I think, 7,200 Bitcoin in his wallet. Guess what? Forgot his bloody password.
Really?
Yep. That's $500 million.
So wait, don't they have like
Nope.
put in your email,
Nope.
put in your phone number,
Nope.
like a
It's
verification,
super
two-step
secure. Why
verification
Bitcoin is
thing?
super secure is that Bitcoin, nobody can hack into your Bitcoin wallet unless they have your credentials. Nobody.
So that's that.
That's that.
Oh wow.
And you have, I think, 8 tries. If you get the 8th try, it locks completely.
So what happens to your money?
Gone.
Just like that?
Gone in 60 seconds. Yep.
Probably someone takes it. Let me tell you, I had a conversation from an insurance person,
Yeah.
and they were saying that all these buildings that insurance companies build,
Yeah.
and probably all 90% of the investments
Yeah.
are funded by money that is unclaimed when people die.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
So I'm thinking it's probably going to go somewhere.
No.
Someone is definitely going to
It'll
use
just
it.
be lost in the void. Because literally nobody can access it. No one.
Probably why the reason why you were being told in high school in uni not to invest in Bitcoin. I mean, granted, at that point,
No, but that's a small, silly thing. I mean, look at how much people. I have a family friend now who is giving his father an allowance of $500,000 every month.
I mean, granted, at that point,
Tulikwa imarana, imagine.
there've been so much more research and so much more stability that's
Yeah.
being tried to
Yeah.
be achieved at that point.
The moment Wall Street, big tech companies start investing in Bitcoin, that's when the value went up. Because for the longest time, governments and everything and finance taught us not to invest. Why? Because it's not regulated. There's, it's extremely volatile. But look at it now. Okay, also, if anyone is looking to invest in Bitcoin, DM me. I have very many resources that you may need. But the one thing that I always say, invest money that you're willing to lose
I mean,
through and through.
I get the non-regulatory part, because for me that would be such a big no.
Yeah.
Because so I'm giving money to you and I don't know what can happen, and if something happens, where am I going to go to? Right?
Rahma, can you imagine if we had invested in Bitcoin when we were in uni, when it was like $100, and we bought like 3 or 4 Bitcoin? Do you know now we would have been recording this podcast at the social house? We rent the whole place.
I mean, that would be nice.
And buy all their beers for 600. Jeff, buy all of
That's so
them.
haram. That would be nice. That would be nice. But the way I'm set up, if I do the research and find that there's zero regulations, I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then I want to know where my money is going, because for me, I'm not just looking at it as an investment. I'm looking at it from a Sharia compliant investment. So I need to know where my money is going to.
It's not really. Bitcoin it's like buying land.
True.
Yeah.
But then, okay, I think these are things that you don't think about if you're particularly looking for a Sharia compliant investment.
Oh, yeah.
You need to look at the source, how it's been stored, and where your investment is going, because you can't tell me that the money is going to sit there.
I was going to do it by the way. I really want to know what guidelines do you guys have to invest as a Muslim? Because I honestly I didn't know that there are some guidelines religiously that you can't, some things that you can't invest in. Can you invest in Tesla stock?
It depends on what they're using the money for.
Yeah.
Yes.
What they're using the money for, to build a spaceship, to go to space.
Sometimes businesses don't necessarily do one thing.
Yeah.
You can set up a business. For example, Tesla can set up a business.
Yeah.
To build things, cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But probably there's some portion of the money that you're investing in the company. They're using it to do real estate, to fund other businesses, to buy shares in other businesses.
Yeah.
So, what other things that they're doing? Are those things haram or halal? That also matters.
So you need to know.
You need to know.
If that's the case, then you really can't invest in any business
unless you know all of that.
I don't think anyone really knows all of that. I have this feeling because SIP is cast, and I have a feeling that come on, can you check if it's recording? Ah, good.
The audio.
No.
The video.
The visuals. You there? Yes, you are recording. Yes. Again, by the we are at Sape Lounge, Lavington Mall.
We are.
Shout out to Sape Lounge for being an amazing host every single time. Sape Lounge, Lavington Mall, 4th floor. You guys should definitely try the mixed platter. Definitely, it is to die for. Amaje?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, investing as a Muslim, can you really know everything that I don't think anyone can really know everything that a company is doing.
See, that's the thing. You can inquire. If you're particularly interested, can inquire.
Yeah. I'm asking because many of these big companies have reserves and they have investment portfolios, which they have hired other external investment managers to invest our money for them. So sometimes even you don't know where your money is going, but you just know that you want a return of maybe 7% or whatever percentage on your investment every month. So you really can't know what exactly it is in. So is there that leeway? Is there that leeway? And that's why again I'm asking you in such a situation, say like Tesla stock, right? Tesla, you may not know everything that they are doing with their money. Because Tesla also has billions worth of an investment portfolio. So you really can't know every single thing that they are investing in. Would you be able to invest in Tesla stock?
First, you need to do your due diligence.
Yeah.
And inquire.
Yeah.
So as much as you can, do research, and even from the company, if you can ask them Of course,
Yeah.
if you want to invest your money, they should be able to answer your questions, right?
Yeah.
Also, most companies have their portfolios, have their at least for Kenyan companies. I know if you're
Yeah.
listed the stock exchange, you have your company profile
Yeah.
that obviously suggests all the company does and what are the investments that, right?
Yeah.
So if at all you want to invest in the company and maybe they're doing,
Subaru boys, shut up.
and maybe you can't get to the bottom of it,
Uh-huh.
so you look and see if the company, this goes beyond just investment. If you want to do business with them, or even if maybe you're employed,
Yeah.
you're employed in a company,
Yeah.
if like not more than a majority of their profits come from a halal thing, then it's okay. So, for example, if let's say Nakumat, for example, right? If you want to do business with them or if you want to work for them, um, they sell, of course, they sell non-haram products. They sell alcohol and the like, right? But that probably makes like 50% of their profit. That's fine. 80-20 is okay. It's a
Can
good
you invest in
percentage.
EABL? Are you allowed to invest in
They
EABL?
primarily make haram
Yeah.
merchandise
Yeah.
products, so you can't.
Even if the stock is doing like super duper well.
No, you can't.
What if you have an investment portfolio and you're giving it to someone? If you're investing, which I'm not sure if you are, but you have an investment portfolio yourself, could be whatever amount, and you are giving it to someone to invest it for you. Do you have those guidelines for him? Like,
Yes.
don't invest in, even if EABL like shoots up like 200%.
No.
Rahma, at what point are we ever going to be able to buy lights? At this point,
You need to work hard.
Ati?
You just need to work hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Even
Guys,
something like
we need studio lights, by the way. So, and I'm still waiting for DMs from people. I'm still waiting for DMs from people
Listen.
about marrying this beautiful girl right here.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Cameraman, zoom into her one more time. Angalia ngozi nyororo.
We were talking about investment opportunities.
Ladies and gentlemen, cameraman, back to me. This is an investment opportunity. Investment opportunity. Here's the prize.
I feel like you don't see how unamused I am right now.
But honey, you're the prize. I'm hyping you up.
It's not working.
Investments.
Right. Right. So when we're talking about halal investments, it's not necessarily if it's forbidden or even
Yeah.
the manner in which the business is done.
Yeah.
For example, if people something like diamond mining,
Yeah.
if the during the mines at the mines
Yeah.
they're employing children, that's not a business that as a Muslim you invest in, right?
Yeah.
If they're really just not taking care of their employees, they're mistreating the employees, that's not a business that you should.
I kind of see it because in the last episode you talked about halal landlords not allowing haram people to live in his establishment because just as you said,
Not
it's
haram people,
like
just different people of different religions.
yes, exactly, which we call discrimination anyway. But you explained it really well because I think you said if even according to the Quran, if you enable
Yeah.
people to sin, then you also get the same consequence.
Right.
So I think you also putting in your money to assist these people to continue exploiting people and doing haram things. That's why you are allowed to invest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even goes down to the distribution of the profit.
Yeah.
If I'm putting in 5,000, for example, in the
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
and you're putting in 20,000 in
Yeah.
the business,
Yeah.
then the amount of profits you get back should be equivalent to the amount in.
Yeah.
So I think this is also one of the reasons why having like a current account in a normal bank
Yeah.
and getting back the interest
Yeah.
is not encouraged. It's actually because the money that you put in is not necessarily the same you get back. Because I can have 500 but then the interest that I'm getting is done, not necessarily depending on the money that I'm getting. The rate is really constant. So that means probably I'm getting someone else's share, but I haven't worked for that money, so it's not mine.
Are you guys hearing this? Are you guys hearing this? This is interesting. This is so interesting. Yo, but I have a question then. Then how are all these young Somali men coming from living in South Sea to living in Lavington, driving 3 Range Rovers within the span of 3 months? How is that happening then?
I mean, you should ask them.
Honestly. But by the way, guys, like I'm generally being serious. Please tell me how you guys are doing it.
But Somalis are really good entrepreneurs.
They really
They
are.
really
Bro.
are.
That's one thing that
Yeah.
they really are. So please just tell us what you're doing. We need to buy studio lights, man.
I feel like they
We need to
really
buy studio
support
lights.
each other. They really support each other.
That they do. Hey, but coming from South Sea to Lavi in 3 months, man.
I mean,
With three Range Rovers.
please ask the person.
And you are 29 years old.
But from the ones that I've interacted with, I have Somali friends. From the ones that I've interacted with, I know they set up their business and they really leverage on their network.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah.
if at all maybe they're setting up a restaurant, they'll probably buy produce from a Somali friend
Yeah.
or a relative who has cows
Yeah.
or who's doing farming. So
Yeah.
really it's a network and they really help each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, I am speaking to the gentlemen. If you're 29, you have 3 Range Rovers, you have Waterhouse in Lavington, please hit me up on DM. The price is right here. Again.
It's not.
Ati? I was to talk about the chair.
Sure you are.
Yeah,
Sure you
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, that blind date has to happen, by the way. And I'm simply
In this Nairobi.
by the,
in this Nairobi.
let me tell you,
In this
I
Nairobi.
promise you that I'm not gonna make it into like a joke and bring some weird guy. Nah, I'm going all the way.
In this Nairobi.
For me, this is an investment.
Have you been seeing the Twitter interwaves of late?
Yeah.
In this Nairobi.
There are still some nice halal men out there.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
I met one, by the way. Apparently, I have been doing business with him for so long. I've never known who he is. Yeah, but hard to judge Jonah to the point where I can start telling him by the way, I have a friend.
You need to stop selling your friends, please.
Ati?
To stop
I
selling.
haven't told you just yet, by the way. I haven't told you.
Yani, the Kikuyu in you wants to sell everything and anything.
I would have told you I want 10%. Have I asked you for
Not yet.
10%?
Not yet. You probably come and
Guys,
claim the dowry.
Should I?
You probably come and claim the dowry. It was me. It was I.
10% work.
The sound engineer. Audio engineer, please stop
Jeff,
it. Stop it.
10% or 15%.
I mean, you should do it for free because you're friends.
Fuck that.
You're
Fuck
the
that.
person. You're the person.
No, but I'm serious. We had a conversation with you outside of the podcast, and I actually saw
What we talk about
what it
outside
means.
of the podcast is different from what we
I
talk about
haven't-
inside
I
of the
haven't brought it
podcast.
up.
Goes confidentiality.
I'm just saying that I'm taking it seriously.
Okay, cool.
I'm just taking it seriously. I'm not going to bring you some joke of a guy who has a ponytail, for fuck's sake. Man, why do we still have ponytails, honestly?
Our listeners and viewers should know that you're very incessant when setting me up with someone.
The right person.
So you know the right person for me?
Ati?
Huh?
Who?
Huh?
Who is that person for you?
Moving along swiftly.
Oh, no. If that's the case, then I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. What else happened this week? Joe Biden is president now.
I know. Oh my
Joe
God.
Biden is president now.
That inauguration had so many different talking points.
Yeah.
As in, I mean, of course, Twitter was just blowing up because Michelle and Barack just looked nice. I think there'll be forever plotters and plotters. Forever.
Must be nice.
Forever.
Must be fucking nice, man.
Because I really can't refer them otherwise, any other way.
Yeah.
Really. And everyone, even on Twitter, when guys were addressing them, even when news anchors were talking about them, they're like, oh, that's President Obama. They had to literally hold themselves back and say, oh, former president.
Yo, did you see how? Let me tell you, this was insult to injury. To injury. All former presidents alive were there, except for Donald Jacinta Trump,
No one wanted
and
him
they
there.
held an interview of the three presidents:
Yep.
Bill Clinton, George
Bush.
W. Bush. I would say George Foreman. Fuck, I'm hungry. George W. Bush and then Barack Obama, and they're talking about what an honor it is to serve the American people.
Right.
And I was just like, yo, motherfuckers are subtweeting this nigga. Man,
And they invited.
that is not right.
They invited the vice president, and they actually called him to come down. Literally, this is the vice president. After that, I was waiting for the president.
Now, let me tell
They
you.
couldn't.
Let me tell you, the politics there is really trash. I was watching a video that, what's this guy's name? This is the governor of Kentucky. What's his name? No. What's his name? I mean, the governor of North Carolina. What's his name? This guy. You know him. Not Mitch McConnell, the governor of North Carolina.
I don't follow American politics.
What's his name? What's his name? I swear to God. Anyway, he was a very big Trump supporter, right? There was a video he was talking about when the two were vying for presidency. Yeah? He said he has so much respect for Joe Biden because I don't know if you know Joe Biden's life story. Joe Biden's life story has just been downs and downs and downs,
Right.
downs and him getting back up. So he was saying, even me as a Republican, Lindsey Graham, that's his name, Lindsey Graham, was saying, even for me as a Republican, I have so much respect for that man because of what he's gone through
Right.
in life, from his wife and his son and his daughter dying when they were young, being left as a single dad of two young boys, all that, right? And he never moved away from Delaware. Even when his work was in Washington, he would take the train every day.
Wow.
Every day.
That's a lot.
So he said, I respect this man so much, and this is one of the very true, pure politicians that we have, right? That was like 3-4 years ago. What happens now when Trump is in power? I think Trump has every right to what is it? To contest the election results, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro,
Why?
really?
Everyone
You
knows.
on video juice is just saying that like this is a very responsible man. Like, really?
I mean, American politics is just crazy.
Kenyan politics is also just crazy.
Politics is crazy. But I'm happy that we're past that. That dark phase is over now. And we can focus on
Yeah.
the lesser evil.
Let me tell you, someone actually asked me, why do you always talk about American politics all the time? Why don't you ever talk about Kenyan politics? Because Kenyan politics is fucking depressing. It's so depressing that we have a whole fucking president standing up and saying we're losing 2 billion a day. The fuck is wrong with you? How? So for me, that hits too close to home.
Right?
As it's happening to, I'm like, nah. I mean, I'd rather laugh at Trump because, I mean, like, it really doesn't affect me
far-fetched.
as much. But man, the way we're losing, I was watching on news, they were doing the comparison. If we are going by what Uhuru is saying, Jaden, that we're losing 2 billion every day, that means in a year we're losing, I think, was it 800 or 900
And it's
billion?
probably much more.
900 billion.
It's probably much
every year.
Yeah.
The doctors and the teachers, what they need is amounting to around, I think, was it 2, 3, I think it was something, the total amount came to like 700 billion a year. We're already losing that already.
And for me, this whole year, the worst part of it is for a whole year, the government had lots and lots of time to prepare for when kids go back to school. Of course, they knew that they were going back to school in a pandemic. And they did zero.
Rahma, the country is broke.
Nothing.
Do you know that?
And yet we're losing 2 billion every day.
The country is broke.
And yet we're losing
The
2
country
billion
is literally
every day.
broke. I was watching a podcast where they were saying corruption is only bad when it's not in your benefit. And they were asking what would happen if you were given a tender of 20 million.
What would happen?
Or like say 100 billion, right? I mean, say like 1 billion, you have given a tender of 1 billion and someone's telling you, give me 100 million as a kickback. Let me tell you, first of all, I would give it, right? But number two, admit that I deliver damn good service, and always watch your back. I have friends. Okay, I have friends of my parents, right? Who are those guys who got these big tenders, 2 billion and all that, and just like that, it's gone. He has done the work. He probably cut shortcuts. The project in Doyo, it's under investigation. You're putting there your 700 million,
Right.
and there you are.
So
Stranded.
are you mad that the money has been stolen, or are you mad that you haven't gotten a cut of
I'm
the money?
mad that the money has been stolen. I'm mad that the money has been stolen because how are we really getting to this point? What pride do you have as a government contractor doing a shitty road? That nowadays, honestly, if I see a Kenyan is on doing the road, I don't have any hope in it.
Because no one is going to hold you accountable. So
Because look,
why should you?
Where I work, there was just a simple flyover, right? Simple flyover. I took 5 years to finish. No, and if I took like maybe 7 or 8 years, if you guys don't know the flyover on Enterprise Road, like 7 years.
No one is going to hold you accountable. So why are you in a hurry to finish it?
No, but honestly, what happened to? I have nothing wrong with tokens of appreciation. Nothing wrong with that. Like, yo, thanks, man. You got me this deal. You know what? Do this. Here's a 3 million for you, right? That's a token of appreciation, right? Because you allow me the opportunity to have this job. I did it to the best of my ability. But this thing of another thing also, I mean, we have so many flaws. Why are we giving out a tender of 3 billion to one person? Why?
Let me tell you, I wouldn't have a problem with that if the person was competent.
No, I have
and if there were systems to hold them
I
accountable.
have a very big
there
problem with
wouldn't
that.
be a problem with that.
Because you need to spread the money in the economy a bit more. That 3 billion contract, go it into 500 million, 500 million, 500 million, 500 million. At least there are more people who get it. That way the money spreads more in the economy. And there's less of a chance of the guy using substandard product because he can't afford to maintain the project. Because a project of 3 billion, Rahma, you're probably putting like 2.5 billion.
I mean, I'm all for distribution of resources.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at a project like a road, for example, and let's say this stretch for James Gishuru, if you were to spread the money, then you'll need to give different chunks, right?
If that's the case, then I think that's different. If it's a road that has to be constant, I don't know. I think I don't know.
Distribution
Yeah.
really you'll end up compromising on quality.
That's true.
How the hell do you even ensure that there is accountability? There'll be so many moving parts that it will be more complicated on the administration side of things.
I mean, look at it. Samsung wanted to come and build its assembly plant in Kenya. The governors wanted to do how many millions as a kickback.
Yeah.
And you're the same fucking bastards trying to tell us that you are creating employment. You know what? Now you know what? You guys should stop. Because every time I go to the office, yeah, the admin in my office. Every time I see every time I walk in and I see with the paper, the first thing I ask is who has stolen. Then if someone stolen, I go on a vent. Because it's so annoying. Especially me being an economist,
right.
I understand what this theft is doing to us. I get so heated.
This is where we really appreciate the likes of Boniface Mwangi, because not many people can go out of their way and fight for the country.
Again, I'm saying this: you Kenyans don't deserve Boniface Mwangi. We don't deserve Boniface Mwangi.
We really don't. Because
because of one of them.
I kid you not.
We do not deserve Boniface Mwangi.
Even I can't stop what I'm doing to go and to the streets and riot because of what the government is doing, and which is something that most of us should do.
Yeah.
But then you do that, and then what? You probably clobbered because the government doesn't want you to talk about all the injustices that they're doing. So they'll probably just clobber you.
I mean, you saw how we got a governor a deputy governor who no one knew the fuck she was within a span of 6 hours.
Let me tell you, the amount of procedures that were just thrown out of the window. Literally, I think in the morning, she was maybe a day before she was being nominated, and then she was vetted. I don't even think she was vetted. And then in the morning, guys were debating about it, and by lunchtime,
Yeah,
she was sworn in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not supposed to. That's not how it's supposed to be.
We don't even know who the fuck she is.
Just because people were avoiding to have an election, because I mean, and then again, they had so many days to go through all these processes, but they waited to the last time because they can do whatever the hell they want. There are systems and there are laws in place, but then no one is respecting them. We have a constitution, but no one cares about it. We have a rule of law, but no one cares about it. And they will do that without impunity, because where are you going to take them?
Kenya, Kenya, Kenya taifa letu,
It's sad.
Kenya,
Sad.
Kenya, Kenya nchi yetu.
It's really sad. I mean, people joke about it all the time, but it's sad.
It's hit too close to home. It's hit too close to home.
Can you imagine how the 2021 elections, 2022 elections are going to be like? Are you scared?
There's really no one to vote for. There's no one that I see giving my vote. Each one of them will still fuck us either way. Each one of them.
I think my sentiments are not really centered around leadership and all of that. It's around the voters and what is going to happen.
Even like our governors, like who we're bringing into power and everything, right? You had this fat black bastard. What's his name? Oparanya. Saying without fear of contradiction that those doctors can stay out as much as they want. I'm not going to give a single shilling. Why don't we take a deep dive into your county, Mr. Oparanya? What have you done?
There's this county that literally fired all the nurses and doctors that were on strike.
Yeah.
And issued a vacancy notice for nurses and doctors.
And it was full.
Why don't you just pay the existing nurses and doctors? And the way, I think the employment rate is so high, such that when the ones that were fired left, there are definitely going to be other people who will apply.
I heard there was 100,000 applications.
Yes, because guys don't have work. I mean, it's sad that you're being let go because you're trying to fight for your rights, but other people will definitely apply because they don't have money and they need to keep themselves alive. But then the cycle is just going to be that. They'll be paid probably for a month or two and then back to square one. And then they will be fired and other people will be hired again.
I pledge my loyalty to the
Do you really pledge?
and the nation of
Do you really pledge?
Kenya, my readiness and duty to defend the. I can't even finish it.
I can't wait. I can't wait
even
for
finish it. Fuck
when
that.
we as Kenyans are angry enough to just throw everything out.
And that is why I told you. I really thought that Bobby Wine wasn't a beacon of hope for Uganda as well. It was for the whole of Africa.
Yeah.
It was for the whole of Africa. If Bobby Wine won,
which he did,
which
he did,
allegedly, because again, I mean, if we get sued, you can defend yourself. Me,
I mean, if you're locked out of Uganda,
big whoop.
Wow. Oh my God.
Wait, me, I have to go for nyege, please.
I don't have to because that's haram.
Nyege mimi ni lazima niende. I have to go. I got to go.
It's fine. I think you can camouflage. It's fine.
There you go again with your dark jokes.
So you were saying?
He was a beacon of hope for the whole of Africa. I feel like if he won, he would have sent a statement around Africa,
even around the world.
I mean, yeah.
When you have the likes of New York Times reporting about him, doing interviews with him when he was in house arrest in his own house.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole world is looking at him. At least the most important countries are looking at him.
Anyway, what good thing has happened this week, Rahma?
Things that Kenya, what good things?
Really, there are no good things. I tried the KFC Crunch Burger yesterday.
Oh, you were told.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I was told, and I'm done with Streetwise. I am done with Streetwise because that shit is delicious.
Right?
It's perfect. I don't need the fries. KFC fries suck. Nonetheless.
I think they're nice, but I'm just not a fries person, so I don't.
But please, KFC, if you're thinking of coming to take up an art space on the podcast, please, by all means, drop us an email at that's so Haraam podcast at gmail.com. We love you.
What happened to you not eating junk?
Yati?
Huh?
That's the first time I'm having junk food this year.
Really?
Actually, yeah. I'm damn serious. I'm damn serious about this thing, by the way.
Okay.
Yes, I'm dead as by the time this year ends, me and you will be the same size.
Miracles do happen.
I think I showed you a picture of me in high school, very
You
skinny.
did.
And you're like, you look so unproportional.
Looks so different.
I have a big head. I have a big head. So having a small body is just not for me. But yeah. I mean, a lot of things are happening this year for me. Changing jobs and stuff like that. So I still need to get my bearing. But once I do.
Do you have New Year's resolutions, by the way?
I don't believe in New Year's resolution, but I mentioned to you that I have a 3-year resolution. I don't believe in resolution because
Is that a resolution or more of a plan?
it's more of a plan. Resolutions are bullshit. I mean, how many guys had New Year's resolutions in 2020? Show of hands.
I was reading an article that said most people get rid or scrap off their New Year's resolution by 15th of January.
Yeah.
15th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just probably like 14 days have passed.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That was really shocking.
Yep.
I think the only people who make lots of money in January are gym owners.
Exactly. Hey.
You throw in all your money.
Hey, that is
then
why I never go to the gym in January. I never go to the gym in January.
But I've noticed also gym prices, membership fees have increased.
They went up. They went up very much. So I think I've even told you the gym that I used to go to, Smart Gyms. Shout out Smart Gyms, by the way. 3-5. It's not 5Gs.
I have seen, and I was so shocked.
It's because of COVID. Many guys. Do you know when COVID hit? Right. I took a friend of mine to go and buy gym equipment because he wanted to buy gym equipment for his house. Me, unless I put the gym equipment in the kitchen, there is no space for a gym in my house.
The way Nairobi houses are set up.
The way the Nairobi houses are set up for people who are paying rent, Anyway.
Yeah.
And we went to Decathlon, Nairobi Sports House, and most of the gym equipment was gone.
Oh, guys had bought.
Yeah,
probably guys had bought for at-home workout.
Yeah, many guys bought weight benches and stuff like that because I mean, if you have a compound, you just put out your what's it called, your bench, and you just do your weights. Yeah, it's chill. Yeah. So gym memberships definitely went down. Yeah. But I don't know. For me, there's just something about the gym that I can't get in the house.
Even when you have a gym buddy, is that true?
Gym buddies help a lot. The most consistent I've ever been in the gym was for 8 months, and I don't know if we ever met those days in 2017. I was looking really fit. Yeah, but that's because I had gym buddies in back when I was staying with my parents, right? And it was easier because I didn't have rent to pay. Okay, my father still charged me rent nonetheless, but it wasn't like
he did.
Yeah. But
what was the rationale? Let's talk about that.
The rationale for him is that he wants me to get used to. I can't earn a salary and not pay rent, because when I start paying rent, it'll be such a culture shock to me that I may not be able to maintain my finances.
So were you still staying in the main house?
No, he threw me out of the main house. He moved me to the servants' quarter.
I love your dad.
I know.
I love your dad.
I know. He moved me to the servants' quarter with nothing. So,
why? I feel like
told me buy your own bed and everything.
I feel like Muslim moms should do that to their sons.
Yeah,
they really should.
And that's how I moved at the age of 23. Yeah, that's really how I did it. So anyway, what was I saying about that before? Oh yeah, those days it was chill. I had one job those days.
Right.
Come from work, PT at the gym with my old car pickup. 5, 6 o'clock. That's when my gym buddies are there. We chop at gym till like 8 o'clock, right? And the moment you have a buddy, it makes things easier. So that even if you're sitting at home, you're like, let me not go to the gym today. You're like, man, but Jeff is there, man. Nah. I can't leave Jeff like that. Let me go to the gym.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And it works. It works. I guarantee you that it works.
Good for you.
Yeah. You want to be my gym buddy?
No, I'm fine. Thank you. But you probably go to gyms where people box a lot. That's just too much. I think when I was looking for gyms before I moved to where I am right now.
Yeah.
I was looking for gyms around my area. So I was being told that I think a couple. So I went to one at the nearest shopping center. And I was just seeing people boxing, like really huge guys boxing, probably 3/4 of the gym. And I was like,
Which gym is this
not-
that I should join?
this is really not for me. The intimidation.
No,
It's just
no,
too
no.
much.
For you, Rakma, smart gyms is good for you.
No, smart gyms is far from me. But then
Mm-hmm.
I think that one was really close.
Oh, I think I know it. They advertise on the entrance when you are getting to the area in which you stay, right?
Yeah.
I know it.
It's just
That's the gym that I used to go to before I moved out of my parents' house. Yeah.
it's a good gym, but
Yeah, it
then
was. Yeah.
oh God. As in there's just something.
Gyms by the of late have really embraced boxing
Yeah.
for some reason by the because before there were very few boxing gyms, but right now almost all of them have either a bag and stuff like that. And
I
for me,
kid
that's
you not.
yeah.
Like 3/4 of the people there were just boxing.
Boxing is an ideal thing. Like even for me, that's why I go to the gym. Boxing.
I'm just trying to gain a couple of kgs and
Yeah.
that's it. I'm not trying to
Then
be
smart
heavy
gym-
like
Then smart gym is just get a gym. Then for you, then just check the times that you are going. You can either go in the morning or in the evening. I mean, in the morning or in the afternoon, because in the evening, maybe that's when many guys are going to the gym. So you would want to just lift weights. That's it.
I mean if the gym is not located on a road that I pass every day
Yeah.
before going home,
Yeah.
I'm not going.
But you sadly, in fact, everyone who is on set right now, they are the guys who laugh and gain abs. It's really
Life is unfair like that.
It's really not fair. Literally,
Life is just unfair.
I swear. Like our mutual friend that you were trying to steal from me. She laughs and has abs.
Life is just unfair like that.
She laughs and has abs.
Pole kwako.
My God, oh God. Anyway, are we done trying to make me feel small? You have another topic that you would wish to bring up to make me feel worse than I already feel about myself?
I like the way you bring up the topic and then it ends up being the other person.
It's called self-deprecating humor, by the way. It's just my thing.
So is there truth to every joke?
There's definitely some insecurity there, but you just mask it with humor because that's really how I've been all my life. I'm that person who like now we are the four of us. The guys who you know here, you've known them from me, right? So if I see you feeling awkward, right? Like you don't really know what to say, I'd rather make fun of myself so that all of you can come and have a common interest, which is me, and make fun of me. I have no problem with that, right? That's just the kind of friend that I am. So all through, I think, and for me, I just really have tough skin, you know? There's really nothing that you can tell me that I don't know about myself. Oh, you're fat. Oh, no shit.
You're
really?
right.
Oh my God, I had absolutely no fucking idea.
Because you don't look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh my guy. Oh my, I'm dark. Jesus Christ. Are you serious? Oh
No,
my
I
God.
still don't think you know that you're dark.
Ati?
Trying to figure out where you are right now.
You are getting lazy with these jokes now, Rahma.
They can't get old. They can't get old.
You are now getting lazy with them.
And I'm never going to apologize for that.
How many minutes are we in now? Ati? For tonight on Aji, you wanna call it a day? And eat.
I think that's enough talking. to you today?
So same time next week.
Unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that has been episode 32 of the That's Our Ram podcast with me, Kevin Gekere.
And your lovely co-host, Rahma.
Check us out on YouTube at That's Our Ram podcast, Instagram at That's So Haram podcast, Twitter at That's Our Ram. By the way, guys, we're thinking of putting out the visuals and the audio at the same time. What do you think?
We used
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. I think that from now we shall be going back to putting out visuals and audio at the same time. So catch us every Saturday at 10 a.m. on all streaming platform on all streaming platforms: Castbox, Apple Podcasts, which others? Google Podcasts, Spotify podcasts. Sure there, no more there. This has been episode 32. We shall see you guys next week. Take care and peace. I love Spotify.